It's an interesting dynamic going from working outside of the home where you are having many human interactions, lots of conversations throughout your entire career life, to then making the switch to remote work or becoming a stay-at-home mom where you don't really have many interactions throughout the day at all. I have found that the work I do at home is not as easily seen or commendable as work outside of the home would be. A lot of the times it's something people don't really even notice or think about the effort it took to get certain things done around the house while simultaneously juggling other tasks. And for someone who dreams about making this big positive impact on the world, I have found myself questioning just how meaningful my work at home really is, as it can feel so mundane and unfulfilling. I have found myself missing that praise that would come from having a boss and saying, "Hey, you're doing a great job, keep up the great work." I have found myself not putting effort into my own well-being and my appearance because nobody's going to see me anyway. I have found myself comparing my life to the life of other moms who I do see leaving the house and still going on trips, and I've had to catch myself a lot. It's made me confront the hard truth that the reason I'm comparing myself so much and not finding this fulfillment in the work I do that nobody sees is because I feel there is something lacking within me or within my life, and I have probably been relying too much on external validation. It's gotten to the point where I feel I have no choice but to make the conscious decision to validate my work in the home and to believe that it is meaningful and that I can feel proud of myself for showing up every single day and giving it my best, even if no one else is watching me. I finally realized I don't need to go out into the world to make this huge impact on this big number of people for my work or my effort to matter. My simple work inside the home matters because it matters to me and it matters to my family. I was raised to take care of my home and take pride in my things, but not necessarily to be a homemaker. And so in becoming a stay-at-home mom, I was not fully aware and understanding of how much it actually took to take care of not only my child, but my home. I've learned that it requires you to create structure for yourself and for your family. I've learned that it takes tremendous organization. I've learned that it takes a lot of self-discipline. And I've also learned that in this role where you feel you give and give and give and give, you also need to give back to yourself. I came across a video recently talking about motherhood and resentfulness in motherhood. And what was said was basically that if you do not take care of yourself in motherhood, you will resent motherhood. If you think about all the things you used to do before you became a mom and how now motherhood has taken up all of that space and you no longer have time for those things that made you feel so vibrant and alive and yourself, then of course you are going to blame motherhood for that, and you are going to hold that resentment in your heart, whether you say it out loud or you keep it deep down because you feel guilty about it. It's meaningful and impactful taking care of yourself so that your family can reap the benefits of a happy mom. I think it's so important to look at the different seasons of life and recognize that you're not always going to be in the position that you are in. And so where you are at right now should be valued, you should be present for it, and you should not take it for granted because it's not always going to be here. Even when life is not ideal and the circumstances are very difficult, you can still find joy in the little things around you and in the people around you. There is always a reason to keep going and to keep trying and to not let yourself just fall through the cracks. As I was preparing for the new year, I was giving myself a lot of goals, and a lot of them had to do with my own personal development and my growth as a human. I really wanted to prioritize my mind, my body, my career. There are just so many things that I recognized needed improvement in myself, and so I have been working so hard every day outside of my regular tasks to show up for myself the same way I've been showing up for everyone around me. And some days it's really hard. I don't want to do half of the things I do most of the time because I am tired. But I find that every single time I get it done, I feel 1,000 times better. And after 1 month of consistently keeping up with my goals and my routines for myself, I have found myself to be a lot more excited to go about my day. And I understand now that every day is not a hike up Mount Everest. Things that have felt so hard for me before now feel very doable simply because of the fact that I have been doing it and I've been proving to myself that it can be done.